Hang on. Gotta turn that off. I'm in the wrong thing. Hello. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to... What's this called? Welcome to Daily Fuel. Oh, man. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Crimson's here. Hello. Welcome to the replay. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group, the Spiritual Artist, soon to be renamed Art Fueled Life. If you didn't see the post, it's in the announcements. I'm making some changes. I'm just going to keep mentioning it a couple of times before I do it so that everybody is aware and nobody goes, what happened? Where's my group? It's still here. I'm changing the name. I'm changing the cover artwork and a little bit of the description to better fit the business that I'm building. The group itself, nothing's changing. Still doing Daily Fuel, still doing everything what we do. Still a safe space to place your art, still a safe place to do all the things that we do here, and we're doing this. I'm just changing the name. And that's it. So if you are in the replay, say hello. Let me know you're here in the replay, and put a hashtag, put a hashtag replay, hashtag. Man, I wish that I could catch these live once or twice, like Danielle finally did. She made it on time. Hi Danielle, how are you? Nice to see you. And Mikey's here. Hey. And where everyone, Crimson says. And Danielle's here. And Amy, hello everyone. We are on Daily Fuel. And Lion's Tooth Haley is here and awake. Wow, my UK people are awake. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, if you're here live, you guys can comment. And new name, cool. Yeah, it's cool. I'm going to explain a lot of things when I do the switch. I'm going to be switching a lot of things over all at once. And explaining the business model and the programs that I'm launching and everything. It's really cool, but I want to do it all like once. And so thanks for that. And my wife is here. Hi. How are you? And don't forget to pick up our daughter. Thanks. And like I need to remind you of that. And what do you call it? So yeah, if you're here live, you can comment while I'm talking. I'm going to go through my thing, and then I'll come back to the comments, and I'll read them. And that's it. Let's just get started. Chisel away the superfluous. I like that word, superfluous. I like big. It's so funny, the word superfluous. It's like a superfluous word. it's you don't need it, but it just means like the extra bits, you know. And but I like big words like that. They make me sound smart. And Michelangelo, you know who that guy is, right? He's the one who he did the Sistine Chapel. He made the David, one of my favorite pieces of art, and a symbol of my brand and my this group. There's the silhouette of the statue of David in the logo, right. Damn it, right. One of these days I'll get that right there. And yeah, so and somebody, this is a quote attributed to him. Obviously nobody has a recording of it or anything like that, but I guess somebody asked him, like, how do you do that? Because David is like 14 feet tall. He chiseled him out of a solid block of marble. And he said, you know, in my mind, the statues that I create were always there in the marble, and I just chiseled away the extra bits, the superfluous material, and that's the truth, right? And that's a quote that I know and I've loved for a very long time. Yesterday I was reminded of it by Justin Telford. He did a post where he teaches people how to chisel wooden spoons, and when he's teaching somebody new, he said he jokes with them like, oh, just get rid of everything that's not spoon. You know, it's like you got a block of wood and you want to turn it into a spoon. Just get rid of anything that's not spoon, you know? And so all of this was like dawning on him, and I read that and I was like, oh, that's a good one. I'm going to talk about that. So here we are. I stole it. And so, you know, it was making me think that, yeah, as a sculpture, that's literally the truth, right? You have this block of material and you just chisel away the parts that aren't it. And really, I think that we can do that in any kind of art, even if it's a painting where obviously you're adding pigment to a material or something like that, or a song where most art you're like adding things to it, but with sculpture, unless you're forming it out of clay or something like that, but if you're chiseling, then literally you're taking away. But it's interesting to me because even in music, it's like a lot of times people will record something and they'll want to make it sound better. I want to make it sound like killer. I want it to be like, right? And so they start adding all these layers of effects and reverb and echo and delay and compression and EQ. I want to just lift all the things and like really, really bring it. And a true artist knows that the way to make something sound better is to take away the parts that aren't necessary. It's not really so much adding a lot of effects to a vocal as it is taking away the frequency that doesn't go with the guitar. You know, you take that away and suddenly it just rings and it shines much more than if you added compression to or reverb or echo to a vocal track that was still like banging up against the guitar part. You know, it's still that you didn't fix that thing and it's still there, and just because you added all these effects to it, it still sounds like shit. So, you know, that's the hard part, is knowing what to take away. And I think that we can do that in all of our art. So art is number one. I've got 3 things that we can chisel away the superfluous. Art is number one. Even in a painting, knowing when to stop. Just stop putting crap on the canvas. It's done, you know. Or maybe learn to take some things away. Maybe we add too much sometimes, and it's really not necessary to do that. You know, obviously, if you've painted it now, you can't just take the paint off the canvas, but you literally can't do it, but you can in your mind's eye and realize, let me think ahead to what I'm doing here so that I'm not adding superfluous things. I'm taking them away in my mind, and now only what is necessary to make the real beautiful piece of art is what's going on the canvas, or into the song, or into the dance moves, or into the whatever the thing is. Obviously, when I say painting, I mean any art that if you're not a painter, this doesn't apply to me. No, it does. It applies to all of us. So there's that. Let's think about, you know, what we can do to really just sort of hone it down to the essence of it, and even not even just the art or the medium or the paint or the layers of the effects and stuff itself, but even the stuff that we do. A lot of times, and we've had conversations like this, I've seen them in the group, we've had them on Daily Fuel, where people are just like, I'm stuck doing this stuff for other people that I don't like to do, and really what I want to do is just make these things. And it's like, so you need to figure out how to hone it down so that you can just do those things. So how do you do that? Well, this is number 2, is working on ourselves. Is, first of all, what is the thing? Because a lot of times we don't even know. We need to practice our self-awareness. We need to be working on doing our energy work and doing the stuff. And I say this every day because it's really the most important thing that we can do. What do you want? What do you actually want? A lot of times people don't know that. They know what they want the results to be. Oh, I want to be an artist so that I can have this life where I do my art all the time. But they're thinking of the lifestyle. They're thinking of the just being in the studio, or just living in the house that I imagine, or just living in the country that I imagine. Whatever it is, you know, it's like we kind of paint this broad picture of it without really understanding, what the heck do I want? What do I really want? What does my day-to-day look like in the ideal world? And a lot of times we're just throwing things on top of it because they sound cool. I want the car, and I want the house, and I want the relationship, and I want the this and the that. And really all I want to do is make this music, make this thing, you know, I just want to figure out how to make this thing. And the way you figure out how to do it is by just starting to do it. And you don't figure out how to do it. The universe shows you how to do it. But what we do is we try to figure it out in our heads. I'm not going to do it until I figure out how to do it. And the universe is like, well, then you're never going to do it, because you just have to start doing it. So if you don't know what you want, and if it's just this broad, blurry picture and you can't figure out, you got to get it down to the essence and then do that. That requires meditating, self-awareness, getting in the flow state, all of that stuff that we talk about every day. But keep that in mind. What do I want? Ask yourself that in the morning when you wake up. What do I want? That's the part of the day when you don't have all this crap in your head yet. Nobody's bugging you yet. Nothing's happening yet. You just opened your eyes. What do I want? Think about that. Ask yourself that every day for a little while, and watch as the answer starts to materialize for you. It's not going to happen in a minute. It's not going to happen in a day, but it might happen in a week or in a month or in 2 months, where suddenly you begin to realize, I know what I want. I really just want this, and it's so much simpler than I ever thought. So that's number 2. And number 3 is we can do this in our relationships and in the bigger part of us. It's like us in our art and us in ourselves and our lives, and now it's like us in our relationships. And I had an interesting thing happen today that made me realize what's most important. My son is in high school. He has finals this week, and he's been studying and he's been doing his thing, and and everything. And so today he went to school to have his social studies final, and he texts us that I did bad, he says, on the final, and he was upset. And at first we were like, how did, because I studied with him, and he kind of knew it, and all that. And he's very hard on himself. He's harder on himself about his grades than we are. It's like if he sees his grade average slipping, he's like, I got to figure out how to get this back up, and he does. That's the way he is. And we're like, what happened? And we're texting now, and it's hard to text him in school because there's really not that great Wi-Fi, so he can only do it in between classes. So he texts us, I did bad, and so now it's like pulling teeth trying to get information out of him. Like, what happened? He's like, we were taking the final, he says, and everybody in the class was Googling the answers, and I didn't know we could do that, and so they all got 100, he says. And so now he's upset. So I'm like, did you do bad on the test, or are you upset that people were taking like an open book test and you were not? And so I texted him back. I said, did you know that you weren't able to do that, or did you know that you weren't allowed to do that? And he said, everybody was doing it, and the teacher kind of knew but didn't say anything, and I didn't do it. And so I said, why didn't you do it too? He said, because I felt it was cheating, he said. Nobody gave him permission to do it. He just knew that kids were kind of sneaking it, and he didn't do it, even though he saw that the teacher wasn't noticing or saying anything about it, but he still didn't do it because he felt that it would be cheating, and he didn't feel good about it. And so right in that moment, I realized that, because now I was getting all upset about this testing and like, blah, 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 blah. Like, is this teacher paying attention or anything? But then he tells me that, and suddenly it all came down to like the core essence of what was going on here. And I said, you know what? This is a parenting success. I don't even care if he got a 0 on this test, because here he was in this real life moment of truth, and he had to decide without any of us there to guide him. Nobody was telling him what to do. He just had to figure it out on his own. Am I going to do what I see everybody else doing and kind of getting away with, and I could maybe get a better grade here? Or am I going to follow my inner guidance, that voice inside? My gut is telling me, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong here, and and he listened to it. And I texted him back. I said, buddy, I'm so proud of you. I don't care what you got on the test. I am so freaking proud of you that you took that moment and you listened to your inner voice, and it was just like, I don't even care what he got on the test. And so that's the point here. It's like sometimes we gloss over the really core things in life because we're so worried about all this other crap that we're not even noticing the core things. Get rid of that superfluous shit. Chisel it away. Whew. And breathe. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on here. Let's see some comments here. Nice to see some people. And no Facebook users. That's nice too. Let's see what we got. Crimson, Mikey, Crimson, Danielle, Amy, Haley, new name, cool, my wife. Robin's here. Hi. Michelangelo is not superfluous. No. Michelangelos. No, I love him. So is really spelling. I don't know what that means. Edit. I don't know what that means. Did I spell something wrong? I don't know. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Did I spell something wrong? Chisel away the superfluous. I don't think so. Sometimes simple is better, says Ty. Hi, Ty. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, sometimes simple is better. I did a Daily Fuel on that recently. Simple is usually better because Sometimes here's why. Because I am learning that the simpler that I make something that I'm trying to create for myself or create for my business or do in my family, the simpler it is analogous to the path of least resistance. Source, spirit, the universe, whoever, likes to deliver things to us and uses the path of least resistance to get it to us. Why? That's the simplest way to do it. We add resistance. The superfluous stuff is resistance. That's what it is. It's get rid of the resistance, basically. I could have called it that, except, I got to use the word superfluous. So get rid of the resistance. Keep it simple. So thanks for that, Ty. Amy says, oh, my days. Do I say that right? Is that like how you say it? Like I only read it, and oh, my days. Is it oh my days, or is it oh my days? Like I'm guessing it's not that one. That sounds weird. But oh my days, is it that? I don't know. Nobody says that around here. It's not a Long Island thing. I've just been doing a coloring sheet and just keep adding more and more and more instead of plain coloring. Don't do that. Hey y'all, says Donna. Donna is in Australia, and I saw your post about that snake, and you're like, what is this? You live in Australia, okay? You've got spiders like this big there. Don't post a picture of a snake and be like, oh my god, a snake. You guys have snakes in your pipes for all I know. It's like, I would never See, this is what we think of Australia. We think that everywhere in Australia there's like a snake or a what did I just say? A poison spider, like everywhere. Like I sit in my chair and there's 3 poisonous spiders on my chair. Like that's what we think. I suppose I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Haley says, you changed your picture. With me, when I create, I am at heart a nurture being. I teach. I use my art to nurture and raise awareness. Maybe I have a little gem of wisdom. I want to share it. Lessons are all around us, and when we get an inspiring thought, I tie it into a lesson of my art. That's great. I love that. Yeah, it's like just to nurture to raise awareness. That's wonderful. There's nothing to say about that. That's awesome. He's got integrity. Who does? I forgot my water. I hate when I do that. I brought it up to get it, and I filled it up, and then I came downstairs without it. What are you gonna do? Well, he learns, and the Googlers didn't. Oh, my son has integrity. Yes, thank you. He learns, and the Googlers didn't. I still don't know. We wrote an email to the teacher and just played dumb. Hi, could you tell me what the deal with because this is a final exam. This isn't like some quiz or something like that. This is the final exam for the year. Could you let me know like what was going on in the final exam? My son seems to think that it was an open book test because everybody was using Google, but he didn't know that he could do that. And what was that all about? So I don't know. We haven't heard back. Well done to you, son. He gets my high five. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yep, honesty is best. Yeah, my Luke. Yes, there's my wife. Actually, he was the only one who really passed the test. Well, that's the truth, right? Isn't that the truth? He did pass the test. He just didn't like his grade. Get rid of the materialistic mentality. Yeah, I could see where you got that from everything that I was saying. I'm not gonna dive into that. I still feel there. That's a whole. Let me write that down, because that's. Hang on. Yeah. The spiritualism and materialism. Like we are spiritual material. Let me write that. That's such a good topic. And I feel like I dance around it all the time, but I haven't really, right? because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and to me, part of the human experience is the material stuff. We're supposed to want it. You know, I like, you'll never see me say I just want to be a hermit living in a cave with one robe, and like, it's just not going to happen. I like my watches. I want my car. I still want my car in my house. The problem is that I was so focused on the fact that I wanted the car and the house and stuff like that, that I wasn't really thinking about, what do I want to be doing every day? Oh, I could just picture me in this house and this car. It doesn't mean I no longer want the house and the car. I totally do. But I had to put all of that aside because that's what comes with it, you know? And the reason I was having such a hard time with it was because I was just trying to do anything to get it. And then I'd be like, I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this. And nothing worked. Nothing was doing it for me. And then when I really finally honed it down to its core essence, it wasn't me saying I will do anything to get this house and car. It was like, no, the house and the car is cool, but all I care about for real is I just want to be doing this thing. And the funny thing is, I've been doing it for months. It's daily fuel. I want to be doing this, and I proved it to myself by doing it. I do it every day for free. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that thing. It's like, I love it so much I would do it for free. Well, I am. You know, so there's that. Edit is the key lesson. Could be the subtitle of this live. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, because what I was talking about before. Could be, yeah. But it's not. It's oh my days. Oh my days, I guess. Oh, emphasis on the O. I'm going to say that. Robin. Here we go. Finally, somebody writes an essay. Thanks. Robin. A true artist is supposed to know when to stop, but it's not always easy or not always obvious. I think the ability to know when to stop comes with experience and comes with knowledge and comes with confidence. And often the artist may or may not be feeling these ways at that time. That's interesting, right? It's like I may know when to stop on Monday, but on Tuesday I forget that, and now on Tuesday I forget that, now I'm like, I went too far. And then on Wednesday I remember again, right? Is that what you're saying? And even artists with confidence, experience, and knowledge can fall victim to excesses because they fail to believe that sometimes less is actually more. Yeah. And that the excesses are not really necessary, even when wanting to create what one might think of as a masterpiece. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we're not as tapped in, as in the zone as other times. And in those times, but that's the nice part about that is we can get back into that flow state and we can realize, gee, I think I'm just trying too hard. I think I'm just pushing this too far. I think I'm just adding too many layers. What would it sound like if I removed layers, you know? The wonderful part of the story about my son is that this was a make or break moment. And in that moment, he reached inside and went, nah, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to follow my gut feeling on this. And that made me a proud daddy. So there you go. Donna said, Donna, yes, you can't swim in certain spots and you have to be careful where you put your ass. It could be the last time you said, oh, see, I'm not wrong. See, now you Australia. You know, when I was in 5th grade, I did a book. I wrote a book about Australia. In my mind, it was a book. My friend and I co-wrote it. We did all this research. It was like a year-long project. And we did all this research, and we wrote it, we typed it, and printed it out and bound it. And we only had the one copy. It was like bound hardcover with, I wish I still had it. It was really cool. It was such a great, about Australia, by the way. If I didn't make that clear, it was about Australia. And so I've always been fascinated by Australia because of that project. Anyway, that's the last comment. And I guess we're done. So thanks very much. Donna, you get the booby prize, but, you know, be careful where you put it, because I don't want a snake taking it away or anything like that. Guys, have a wonderful night. or day for you, Donna. Oh no, Robin stole the booby prize. Sorry, Donna, you almost had it. I wonder what was going on with the teacher. As a parent, I'd be tempted to try and find out what the devil was going on with the yes, booby, LOL. I have a feeling Robin is going to pop up in a second with the word teacher. That's what I think. Anyway, so Donna, you have now stolen the booby prize back. And yeah, I'm sure we'll find out, Robin. I have no idea. But I'm not really concerned about it. And there it is. Oh, you cracked me up every day. Now, Donna and Robin are fighting for the booby prize, but Robin now has it, and I am going to leave. So, Robin, Robin, you got the booby prize once again. And have a great, whatever it is for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.